going on, you guys? This is Motorcycle Boss. Have you guys ever walked up to your bike? Can you guys hear this? It just won't start. Like, it tries, but it won't. Well, we're gonna fix that. First thing you guys are going to have to do is gain access to the battery, which will be under here for my bike. Every bike is different. Consult your owner's manual, and I'll be back in a second. All right, so now that we have access to the battery, we have to check the voltage on the battery. You can do that by grabbing a multimeter. I'm using a Flir DM92. We're going to set it to volts, V with a straight line. Light that up real quick. We're going to look at the voltage in this battery. Give it a second to settle. So it's looking like we're at 12 volts on the dot. And the bike and most cars require a minimum of 12 volts to start. But after I turn the ignition, like I can probably set up, once you turn the ignition and a few things start to pull power, I'm going to turn the key right now and watch that voltage drop. So now when I try and press the button for it to start, it's not going to start at all because it's under 12 volts. So it seems like this battery just needs a quick charge. I'm going to throw it on the charger real quick, and then I'll be back in an hour to 6 hours. Every bike's different, so I'll check it pretty soon. I'll be back in a second. Alright, it's been a little bit. As you can see here on my charger, it's telling me that the battery was fully charged. That's what the green light's for. It's just been a couple hours. So I'll disconnect it, get this out of the way. What we have to do now, we're going to do a load test. This device I got here is a load tester. I got this specifically for this job. It does other tests like starter tests and stator tests and stuff like that. But I can do all that with a multimeter. Well, I'll show you guys this. Put the link in the description for this, the charger, and anything else I'm using as well. So it has 2 leads, 2 clamps. We got black for negative, red for positive. So let me hook this up really quick. You want to make sure you get a good connection, as good as you can get it. Otherwise it could throw off this test. Just make sure we're getting this right. Alright, so it shows you here, function 1. So I'm going to hit enter. It's going to be looking for CCAs. CCAs is cold cranking amps. This is just making sure the battery can produce the amperage that I need. Let me deactivate my alarm really quick. Alright, so even if it has 12 volts, if it can't produce the amount of amperage that's necessary to start the bike, then it won't start it. So I'm going to do this CCA test. And you can do some research on the battery. Batteries have item numbers. This one's a little scraped off, but I was able to pull it up. Sometimes it'll be on the battery, or you have to look up the item number online. It'll tell you the CCA rating for that battery. This one was 130. So I'm going to scroll down and go down to 130. Alright, when I hit enter, it's going to put a load on the battery and tell me what we're at. So it's telling me we're at 71% life. It was supposed to be 130 CCA, but it's showing 109 CCAs. And then we'll go down. That's internal resistance. It's not super important. And this is telling me the running voltage of the battery at 12.7. So it's showing me that it's on its way out. And this is a good test for this because it'll actually let you know the life of the battery. This battery is a little old, so it is on its way out. It doesn't mean that it needs to be replaced immediately, but it's something to pay attention to. And I'll also show you guys how to check to see if your stator is working properly. Alright, so we're going to make sure that the battery wasn't dying simply because of a bad stator. So I have the multimeter set to voltage, and I'm going to be specifically looking for DC voltage. So what I'm going to do, it doesn't matter which is which one I put on which. I'm going to put a lead on whichever one I can. Just get it to sit there. This one will be good here. Alright, so once it's properly connected, you're going to see it says 12.7 volts. Now, what I'm going to be doing on this test, when I start the bike is going to be running, the alternator is, or the stator is going to be charging the battery. And I'm looking to see if the stator is putting out enough of a charge for it to charge the battery. I should see no less than 13.2 volts roughly. You want to see somewhere around 14 volts, but I'm also compensating for the fact that electrically there are a decent amount of things on this, so the voltage will be a little bit lower. You have to bring the voltage up to about 4,000 RPM. You also want it to be at operating temperature when you do this test. But I'm not going to do that, but this is just an example so you guys know what I'm looking for. When I bring the RPMs up, the voltage should say about 14 volts. If it says anything less than 13.2 at 4,000 RPMs, then that tells me I got a bad stator or a bad rectifier regulator. And then we'll move on to further testing from there. Because I got to see the percentage of the life of this battery, I'm pretty sure it's just the battery, but I want to be able to show this to you guys anyway. And let's get on with the test. So we're going to start it. I'm going to bring the RPMs up. And then you should see it drop no less than 13.2 roughly. All right, here we go. Alright, so that simple test told me that we're good. So it was only showing, yeah, I was actually doing perfectly well. At idle and at 4,000 RPMs, the voltage was over 13.2, it was actually in the 14 range is where it was supposed to be. So charging system's working fine. This dead battery is most likely a result of just the battery on its way out. There could be one more thing, which is a parasitic draw. That's for another video though, where I teach you guys how to do that. But in this case, this would most likely be just the battery. Alright, so that's pretty simple. It's not a whole lot going on right there. But if you have had a motorcycle for at least a year, I'm sure that you've come across this issue once or twice. It's really common, and it's something you can do on your own. You don't even need really expensive tools. But just go over the quick stuff I was using in the video. So I was using this Flir DM92 multimeter. This is very expensive. You don't have to go overboard like me. I do this almost every day, so I need something that's a little bit higher quality. I personally recommend going with, this one is an Amprobe AM60. This one I used for about 4 years, and I did pretty much anything I needed to. The other one's just got a little bit more luxuries, that's pretty much it. But this one's a little bit better priced. The other one I was using is this, the battery load tester. Normally, battery load testers are somewhere in the neighborhood of, I want to say like 50, 60 bucks maybe. This one actually has been working really well, and I've done multiple bikes with this. Only cost me like 30 bucks, something like that. And this charger, I've had this charger for about 7 years. And believe it or not, it's still kicking, still doing a great job. I actually got it at Walmart for like 25 bucks. But if you guys are interested in any of the things that I've been using in this video, I'll put all the links in the description so you guys can go pick them up. I'll try and find the best prices I can. Alright, I appreciate you guys looking at the video. If you guys are interested in possibly winning a Motorcycle Boss sticker, go to my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can go check that out, follow me. Also at my Instagram page, you'll be able to get a sneak peek on any time I'm making a video so you know what's coming next. Well, I appreciate it. Definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments. Feel free to take a second, hit like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys later.